You're live.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to snowy Ohio. We had that's not really a snowstorm. We had a couple inches. I think a total of 10, at least 10 from the weekend. And I know Crystal up in Pennsylvania, they had about the same. So, yeah. And for some reason, Misty doesn't want to come visit us. I just don't understand, Misty, why you want to leave 60, 70-degree Texas and not come visit us when it's in the teens. We could have snowball fights. We could build a snowman.
Well, you know, our guest tonight is maybe has more snow.
And he can stay there, too. I want to get rid of what we have. So, hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Like I said, we really didn't go in. Well, we did. I think we went someplace Saturday, but yeah, a foot or so. That's about here, Crystal. Yep.
Oh, we got some other news.
Yeah, 10 inches is a snowstorm. And after all the snow hit, that's when someone decided to put the plow on the truck. I don't know who, but yeah, it's on there now. What news? Oh, well, I've been posting it.
Well, I think you should share with folks.
What should I share with them? That you put the plow on the truck? For those of you that don't know,
that we're giving away a cookbook.
We're giving away a cookbook. It's on the kitchen table. I don't even have it here.
Well,
I could have showed him. If you would have told me, I would have been ready. I'm not even ready.
Well, just tell them it's the last video that we posted here.
It's the last video that we posted on this channel, but you have to go to our new channel to view it.
Sherry has a new channel.
And the cookbook, we will pick the name Wednesday around noon. We will post it.
Is that early?
Wednesday.
Sometime Wednesday.
So
it may be snowing.
A very big doghouse, D. And Naturally NC, she has a new video out. You have to go check that out. So here's a link to our new channel. And then I will shut up and we will get our guest on. Well, and Darren, it's their policy. They're not going to ship overseas. I would think a cookbook would be easy because it's, you could probably do it media mail. Last year they were giving away frying pans, skillets. Yeah, those were heavy.
But still, it's their show.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to abide by that.
Yep. And I think here probably the next week or so we'll be doing a giveaway on that channel. Seeds. Imagine that. I'm going to give away seeds. Finally can find my kitchen table.
That's only because she has the boxes stacked 6 deep.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, Miss Allie.
You remember this guy's name over here?
I know his name. Do you know his name?
Micro.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean that he's short?
That's entirely up subject with you and him.
I mean, is he like only 4 foot or something, you think?
Like gnome-like?
Yeah, gnome-like.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe we should ask him.
If that's the case, if he goes out in the snow way up where he is, he'd disappear.
I think it's Connecticut is where he's at.
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire? Connecticut? I don't know. It's all in the same neighborhood up there, isn't it?
Maine. I mean, it's up past New York, right?
I mean, those states are so small, you got to squeeze 3 or 4 together I mean, you could put 20 of those states in Texas.
It's funny, you say short. My people, that I mentioned that when your video started, and I said something to Daryl. I said, you know what? She really is short, or Chris is really tall.
All right. Homer, are you ready?
Bring him on.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Well, you are live and on the screen, sir. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are. What your firstborns and everything else that you want to talk about. Go for it. Tell us about you.
Micro farmer. Been doing backyard gardening, farming, which you want to call it, backyard farming. Been doing this now about 6 years. Have 31 chickens now, 7 fruit trees, 15 raised beds, and starting my new channel coming up soon called Twin Hooks Fishing, which you'll see me doing a new rebuild of a boat, a 22-foot boat, and going out in the Long Island Sound here in Connecticut. So, and doing a fishing show also. So, yeah, that's what Micro Farmer and Twin Hooks Fishing Channel is going to be all about. So, definitely, that's going to be something done this spring coming up.
So you've been gardening in your backyard for about 6 years.
Yeah.
What got you interested in gardening?
Oh, retired. I retired. It was nothing to do. And had some space back there, and just retirement, just boredom. And I started out with 3 raised beds I made my own self. Then my girls, I believe they was 3 years old at the time, and that's how we got chickens. They wanted to go
whoa! Stop right there.
Yeah.
Your girls were 3 years old, and you retired.
Yeah, I retired. Yeah. I retired at the age of 46.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
were you in the service?
No, I worked for New York City. New York City did my 25 years as a 25, 55 out. But due to some investments, I was able to retire. I did my 25 years and was able to retire when my younger daughters were born. And and I've been blessed to be retired.
There you go. That works.
That's fabulous.
Big Dreams Homestead is asking, and Anne Marie, are you on the train going back to Washington? She's asking, what is your favorite thing to grow?
Oh, corn. Not this year, but the year 2020, the corn didn't do so well. The corn was out, so the corn didn't happen. So, but corn is the thing I like to grow, and potatoes. So those are the 2 main crops that I do, is corn and potato. Everything else was just extras.
So tell us a little bit more here. You have raised bed gardens. That's how you do all your gardening, or do you do some container gardening, or?
This year everything was raised bed last year, but this year I'm going into the bucket system, where I'm going to be growing into 26 buckets. So this year I definitely be doing some containers. So I had built the bucket, the bucket stand. I built my own version of the bucket stand, which is going to hold about 26 buckets. So those buckets will be kale and collard greens.
Okay.
And a couple of tomato plants.
And this is in addition to your, 15, did you say? 15 raised beds?
Yeah, 15 raised beds, yes.
Okay. How much property do you have?
0.03. I'm not even a quarter of an acre. It's a 0.03. But that's why I became micro farm, because everything is on the left side of the property. The wife let me have the left side of the property. So everything that I grow, chickens, trees, it has to look organized. So if you watch a lot of stuff in my backyard, I got to keep the grass perfect. But I have to plan my garden strategically to look decent, without looking like a junk garden. So
okay.
I'm not no Martha Stewart, but sure not the Sanford the Son of the junkyard of the garden. So it has to look right.
Well, so are you in a suburban neighborhood?
Yes, in a suburban neighborhood. Yes.
Now, I have to ask: Are you going to stay there, or do you have aspirations to go get a few acres out in the country?
Oh, we do have a few acres in the country, but the wife is still working.
So
we have 10 acres in Georgia. I built a summer home, a vacation home in Georgia, in Dawson, Georgia, which is near Kinfolk's farm. There's a few, people from Georgia that know the area. I built a home. Yeah.
Dawsonville, Georgia? Or
No, Dawson, Georgia. It's near Albany, Georgia.
Okay. I just know that there's a race car driver. I think they were from Dawsonville.
Racing. Imagine that.
Okay. Well, anyway, apparently they got some pool hall there or something that whenever he does real well, the whole town goes nuts. But anyway, all right, back to that. So Dawson, Georgia is your summer home.
Yeah.
No,
and my mom is living there. She was living in Albany, Georgia, which is not too far. Is the southern Georgia part of southern Georgia. So she was renting. My mom, she retired when my dad passed away, and she went back to Georgia. So she was renting, and I was coming back to Connecticut, and I was like, why pay rent when she could just stay at the vacation home, which is 10 acres, and she has goats now, ducks, everything that, she's 80 years old. She still gets around, and so she's there now. So.
Well, that is fabulous. That is absolutely fabulous. However, I think you have it mixed up. I think your Connecticut home should be your summer home because it's cooler. And this time of year, you should be down in Georgia. It's warmer.
I just got that property because of situations. I would say the way the world was heading. The wife is a city person. She's not going to the South. I mean, I'm not even really going to the South either to live. It was a promise to my dad that came out the South. He's from Mississippi, and my mom is from Georgia. And my dad was like, he came north. He came to Chicago, and they came from Chicago over to New York. And he asked his children to stay out of the South. So now I'm not going to live there permanently now. I will.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but visiting, vacationing wise, yeah.
I will.
Oh, yeah. I vacationed there 11 and a half months out of the year.
Okay. Not that I got nothing against the South. It's just that I'm born and raised from the Bronx. So I'm a Bronx kid. So born and raised, and just kept heading north. I mean, from the Bronx, New York to Connecticut. So, and the wife, she loves her job here. She's an ER nurse, and she's also a professor at one of the colleges teaching nursing. So she's not going nowhere no time soon.
Yeah, my aunt was a Brooklyn girl, so I was born in Rochester, so yeah.
All right.
But I'm ready to move south. I'm tired of the snow.
Yeah, my sister, I have a stepsister that lives in Buffalo. She's a professor at New York University of Buffalo. Yeah, so she's a professor there. I have a sister there, a stepsister.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and she went to college and never came back down to the lower.
Kudos to you for planning your life out early, where you had the ability to retire at an early age, and reap the fruits of your employment years. It's fabulous. Not very few people can do that.
Yeah. My son is following my footsteps. Both of my sons are following my same footsteps. My oldest son.
Well, good.
From the first part.
I don't know how you stayed in New York City for 25 years, but that's another whole story.
Here. It's just the same thing. I went to Georgia to build a house. I was like, me and my dog was like, there's no change of weather really. It's like we had no snow. We was down there. It was like warm, and we was like, it's kind of funny, but people love it there. They love to grow all year round.
Oh yeah,
I love the seasons. I love the 4 seasons.
Mo Homesteading's asking, have you looked in upstate New York?
Yes, I own houses. I own a property in the Catskills.
Ooh, that's
I own
nice
property
area.
across America. I own property in 9 states.
I like the Catskills.
Yes, I brought about 2 acres. Well, there's a little shy of 2 acres in the Catskills.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. But when I tell people I brought property, I buy property that's like $10,000, $5,000 property. They were very rural properties. They were basically for bug out situations. Like there's no like electricity there. There's no running water at the time. Some of them do have creeks and natural springs, but they are hard to get to. So they're not like just right off the road. So you got to get in there. It's very rural, backwoods.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a lot of people in here that absolutely love that kind of property. So,
yeah.
So, all right, I have to ask then, how did you get started in YouTube?
YouTube. I got started by watching at first. Then I started with connecting with prepping groups, because I was a prepper when I was buying my property. I was planning on, like, the world went to chaos. I was getting involved with prepping, and then after that, I got into catching up with Keeping It Dutch and Armed Family Homestead, and those were the two main followers. And Daniel, God is my witness, God is my judge, and a lot of other prepping homestead channels there. Then I came across Lazy Acres and Lazy Acres. That's April and Glenn. Probably some people know about the Lazy Acres community family. I'm originally from them. April and Glenn was telling me to start my own YouTube channel, and I came up with the name Microfarm, which I thought was going to be taken because there's so much micro farming going on out here. I thought somebody would have that name, but it was available, and that's how Microfarmer came about, because of Lazy Acres Homestead. And so I'm always dedicated to them, and I started, and I went live on my first live I ever been on YouTube was with them. So, and then I just started doing my own thing, and they just kept pushing me. The whole Lazy Acre community, that whole community homestead, even Dutch family homestead. They pushed me and they encouraged me, and I went on, and I just wanted to grow naturally, organically, not try to go for sub. I just normally just putting out videos, just being myself. And I botch up words. Anybody that's here that follow me know I mispronounce words like crazy. So I just been myself.
Courtney from Wide Family Farms asking, what kind of bow do you have?
What kind of what?
Bow.
Boat? The boat?
B-O-W.
Fishing boat?
No, bow. Do you have bow and arrow?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, I don't know the exact names of them right now because I don't have them in my home. I have them on my bug out properties. Those are if things hit the fan. I don't bow hunt. I rifle hunt.
Okay.
But, but I don't bow hunt here. But bow and arrow, I think somebody asked me to do a 40 challenge, and I said I have bows. But those are on the properties. I purchased those from Bass Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am really not into bows, but that was for me to go stealth.
What is your favorite item in your bug out bag?
My favorite item in a bug out bag?
Yes.
Really don't have one, but if I was gonna say, it was a suture kit. The suture kits.
Okay.
Suture kits where they stitch you up, like if you hurt yourself.
Yep.
Right.
If it was my thing that I cherish the most is a suture kit, because I think a lot of preppers, I think that's one item they overlook is a suture kit. They have they washouts and stuff like that, but I don't think nobody have a sewing kit to stitch them up if they rip their leg into a rock or get shot or anything like that or get stabbed. They don't carry suture kits. So I do have suture kits.
Okay, so and I find this very interesting that you kind of started out from a prepper background and have come more into the, at least as it appears, you're more into the homesteading community than you are the prepping community at present. But there is a lot of overlap, grant you that. So do you have right now a bag in your house that's ready to go?
Oh, yeah. We have several bags. Everybody has a bag. The kids have a bag. Everybody has a bag. Even the wife, if she's at work and we have a plan, if she's at work, more likely they won't let her go because she's an essential worker and she's an ER nurse. But if she do get out, we have points to meet. We'll wait 2-3 days. If she don't make it, that means she ain't make it. We have a plan where we all get out of here. And we have different points to wait to get to our properties if we need to get going.
Well, that's an admirable, plan to have. Have that laid out ahead of time.
Yeah.
So do you? I'm trying to think what his name is. He's out of Georgia, South Carolina now. We had him on. Brad. does all the prepping stuff.
Yeah, I know. I just can't think of his channel name. Yeah.
But so far, the guys I follow now, they're not on YouTube. Our prepping group I met through, the people I'm prepped with now is people I met through the training classes, the survival classes, the gray men. Not the guys on YouTube, not knocking any prepper that's on YouTube that's doing a thing. I was doing it wrong. And when I went to the survival groups out there in Arkansas and across America, I was doing a lot of things wrong. A lot of things wrong.
Do you think homesteading? Do you think homesteading is just long-term prepping?
Even what I do is short-term prepping. I mean, I really don't get into it too much, but everything we do as people that's canning and dehydrate, I think I was speaking to it on, I forgot who live on the other day, and I was speaking about that. Prepping is only good for 10 years. If things do hit the fan like people think it is, your prepping is only 10 years. That you're going to survive 10 years. I hear people say, I got stuff that lasts me 20, 30 years, but America won't be here 10 years if things hit the fan. And I'll give you a reason why. And a lot of people don't talk about it, is that America is full of nuclear plants. And if there's nobody at those nuclear plants to make sure they don't overload and explode, all those nuclear plants that we have that's being monitored 24/7 are going to go up in smoke. So we all going to get radiation poison because there won't be nobody, just like what we seen where nobody was in the factories. You had no chicken, no toilet paper, no paper towels, things off the shelves because nobody was working. So imagine if things hit the fan in America and people tend to flee or whatever, run. There's nobody's going to monitor those nuclear plants and they're going to explode. So we all going to end up at the end of the day with radiation poison. So 10 years is the most. So, I mean, that's a true prepper. You only prep to survive. I hope you mutate.
Okay.
That's my take. That's not everybody's take. That's my take. Because that's the reality of what's going to happen. If there's nobody to monitor those nuclear plants like Chernobyl in Russia, things that happen in Japan, they go up and you can't live there for hundreds of years. So America is full of nuclear plants.
So you don't think that a lot of these, and I'm not saying all, I think you very possibly could be right with some, but you don't think that a lot of these are also like an auto shutdown by themselves?
Well, yeah, auto shutdowns, but not all of them. That's what I'm saying. Not all of them, because they have guys out there, ITs, in nuclear plants, as me and you talking today, somebody fixed the problem. Because either computer glitches, something's going to go wrong. That's why you got IT guys and you have people there 24/7 monitor because things do break down. So if there is nobody there to monitor those breakdowns and computer glitches, I mean, not every one of them, but most of them will go up in smoke.
Well, you bring up an interesting topic. Do you feel that a nuclear plant, a nuclear reactor, cannot be closed down permanently, safely? Will it always have to run until it...
No. It can be shut down properly if they have the time to shut it down properly. But if what we talking about, if things hit the fan, there's nobody's waiting to shut nothing down properly. They probably take off fleeing and run to go get their families. So there will be mistakes made. Just like when people are in prison, a lot of those people are going to die behind those bars. Those prison guards are going to run out that prison and leave those people locked in behind those gates, and they will starve to death because they can't get them out.
What do you think is the likelihood? What would be a disaster type situation that would cause you to leave your home? To
leave my home right here where I'm at?
Yeah. Yeah. You decide you get the panic first.
What will get me to leave my home is when the chatter comes out where herds are starting to run. Where I would think I live close to a city, so I tell people when you're close to a city, eventually within a week or two of no water, no lights, whatever happens here, the herds will come. And I don't care how much gun power you have, you cannot stop thousands of people rushing the suburbs to get what you have, in your home. There's so much you can hold in your house. Right. And if you have a herd of people, they coming.
Okay. Well,
So that's why I will leave out into my bug out properties if I can get there.
Okay. Now, for curiosity's sake, do you have neighbors involved in your bug out plans?
No, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm leaving them flat out. I told them they can have everything that's here. If they see that red truck gone or that is gone, they can have everything here. I'm gone. I probably tell them I'm leaving, but they can't come with me. I have access to an airplane that's not that far from me. I have access to watercrafts, 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers. So yeah, I can't take nobody with me. We have a prepping unit network that's secret. So I belong to a secret prepping unit. So we're not on YouTube. A lot of these guys are the guys that a lot of people are scared of.
Very interesting. Okay, that's kind of neat. Well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do, if you're okay with it. I'd like to open up the phone lines. If anybody out there wants to call in, ask you some questions about some of this prepping, about your gardening, about your chickens.
Well, and he cooks also.
Oh, he's a cook too?
I've seen some of his cooking. He thinks he can do chicken skin.
I'm not sure I want to know.
There was like a cook-off, I suppose you could call it, of sorts, a contest, a cook-off. Keto Homestead with Jess. Jess.
Yeah.
She made keto style chicken and with the skin on it, so it was crispy. I'm going to try it. I think it was baking powder, if I'm not mistaken, right, Jess? I'm going to try it because you know me, I like chicken skin anyway. So Micro Farmer did his version, and he took his skin off the chicken and he fried it. Now, okay, so there's two totally different. We got keto, we got full blown fat. Oh yeah, I'm with you. Healthy Homestead chicken skin is great. It's funny. Our 11-year-old granddaughter Kaylee, when she comes over, if we go to Sam's Club and I get one of their rotisserie chickens, that's the only thing she wants to eat. She wants to take the skin off. She'll eat the chicken, the meat also, but it's like, Nana, can I have the skin off your piece of chicken? So. Yeah, so I know you're supposed to have I never did get on I don't know what I was doing the night of the live, so I never did get on that. And, and then Craig's Family Home says you're a writer also.
Yes, I have a book out called Buck Fools. It's a comedy. That book came about, I was just home, bored, the girls were young, the wife was working, and, my sister that passed away, I have a sister that passed away. She always wanted to be a writer, but she never got a chance to put her work out. And that was my first book. So I just took my time to write that book, and it was a comedy. And I was taking tips from people from YouTube and other authors that self-published. And I just took my time, and it's not perfect. It's not a perfect book, but it's not a funny comedy, but I call it a comedy because it has some funny parts in it. And it's my first book, and I never wrote nothing ever. And barely want to do book reports in school. So so this one was an achievement for me, and it's been doing well. It's been a income, a residual income. I would advise anybody to have a book, put it out on Amazon because it works. That's residual income. I get about, I say between $400 to $800 a month off that book alone.
Very good.
Okay.
Is this call from overseas?
5 years ago.
Well, Homer.
How did I know?
Homer, we have a caller, so I'm going to let him in here.
They want to know what your book is called.
Buck Fools. BUCKFOOLZ. So there's a Z on the back of it. Buck Fools. It's about a guy come from Georgia. He opens up he comes up and opens up a food truck business, and it takes off, and he's serving true Southern cuisine like raccoon, deers, and other animals and stuff like that. And it takes off in New York City, and it becomes a hit. And I got to read it. If you want it, you can buy it. If you have Kindle, it's free on people that Kindles. The book is about $8, $7 and some change. So it's a good read. It's something simple that all kids can read. I would say the age group that's appropriate is probably 16 and older. It depends on your child. But there's no cursing. There's minimum, language in there. So if you're a Christian, you still can read it. So I try to keep that in mind by other authors that I came across of trying to keep the book balanced.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Not one side with a lot of cussing and carrying on, going on, a lot of nonsense. So it's a good book. Voom purchased it. Cajun Hydroponics, Lori. So there's a few people that follows have already purchased the book. So they seem to like it.
Homer, we've got a caller on the line here. Caller, who might you be? Hello, and thanks for calling.
Who might you be?
Oh, g'day, Homer. How you doing, mate?
Hey, good evening.
Oh, that's Darren.
Uh-huh.
Is that Darren?
Yes, it is.
Certainly is.
Know that voice?
And I'm also another person who has read your wonderful book.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Yes, he is. Yes, Darren read the book. Yes, he did. So did you like the book, Darren?
Yeah, mate, it was an awesome read. And I have to apologize to you for the many, many times that we have spoken together. I just realized tonight I wasn't subscribed to your channel. So I fixed that.
That's okay.
And I have shared the link in the chat for anyone
I got
who's
the
looking.
fame, but not the subscribers. That's the funny thing. A lot of people know me from all around the world, but they're not subscribed to me. I say I got the fame, but no subscribers.
Yeah.
It doesn't match up.
You're everywhere, mate. You're in chats all the time.
Yeah.
And like we've done so many things where we sort of overlap each other, like the Shed Wars and the Full Barbecue Cook-Off and all that sort of thing.
A lot of people don't know about Darren. When Darren, how I got started really into the lives hardcore this year was Darren. Darren was live with Southern Woodworking Homestead. That was Ed. And they started that they didn't start out 16 hours, but I came on and they let me up on the live, and then Darren left, and I believe it was Jason Avery was with you guys at the time.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, I think it was Jason that y'all guys had to leave to go to work or whatever. And then me and Ed stayed on all the way through for 16 hours. And then Keto Jess came in, and then the Beehive. And that's how we got to 16 hours. And then the next day it was Keto Homestead and Jess and me and the Beehive. And then it just went on from there. And then a lot of people, we just did a lot of lives after that with Keto. And I was on the show with her and stuff. So that's how it took off.
Didn't sleep a lot that week.
And then Will It Grow? And it's been, now I'm on live with Lala Farm, and now I'm live with the the 2-family homestead. So I'm picking up some pace here, people. I'm picking up some pace. I thank y'all all my subscribers and everybody's watching 2-family homestead. I appreciate 2-family homestead. And also, a lot of things they do behind the scenes. They did some stuff for me. So I appreciate y'all. So I appreciate 2-family homestead. Yeah.
Yes, they are wonderful people, even though I tend to wind Sherry up just a wee bit.
I knew there'd be something said.
Exactly.
Well, I can't let you drink your coffee without spitting it occasionally.
It's not coffee. I'm a teetotaler.
I doubt it would be coffee on Monday night.
I'm a teetotaler. I don't touch coffee.
Yeah. I touch them both.
I actually got called out
coffee this morning. I had tea this morning. I'm sorry, tea this morning with all the snow we having up here. The storm is still going.
I actually got called out for the 15-question prepper challenge from Citizen Guardian. Who you called out?
Oh, I called out. I think it was Peanut Prepper, Urban Grandpa, and Citizen Guardian. I'm Guardian. Yes, I called him out for the prepping thing because Bushcraft called me out. And so that's how I went down. Yeah. I thought you was talking because I have a challenge with bees and bikinis. She's a Canadian young lady that I met on Castle Hives Live, and there's going to be United States versus Canada, where my 300-pound self, and I believe she weighs about 120 pounds, 125 pounds, and we're going to eat a pepper. And whoever reaches for the milk or some type of liquid to cool off loses this bet that we have. So that'd be fun to watch soon. That's coming up in a couple of weeks probably. That I'll be going against a Canadian lady eating a hot pepper. I think a ghost pepper or something, I believe. And we're going to whoever reached for the drink or milk, bread is going to lose. So that's going to be interesting.
It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight and the dog.
Yeah, so I'm going against a 125-pound young lady. So it's going to be like a David and Goliath type of thing going on. So that's going to be nice.
So, Homer, you're into some of the keto stuff, is that correct?
No. Nope, not nowhere near keto. Nope. I lost 140 pounds. That's it. That's good for me. I used to weigh 440 pounds. When I retired, I ate up a storm. And I just got off the last 3 years. Just got off drinking sugary drinks. Did more work around the garden and the chickens and the dog, and running behind the kids and just yard work and just proportion eating. Instead of eating 4 pieces of chicken, eat 1 piece of chicken. It's a discipline thing. Diets are made to fail. As long as you change your eating habits, I think you'll lose the weight. Like my doctor told me, you didn't gain that weight overnight. You're not going to lose it overnight. So that's the approach I took about it.
Okay.
And I'm down.
I'm sure the chickens appreciate you eating. I'm sure the chickens appreciate you eating them less.
Yeah, but it does your body good. I mean, literally, you do your body. I think the first 2 months, 3 months is hard, but it's a conscious decision you make if you really want. And another thing I tell people that laugh, I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason why I really wanted to lose the weight is I got sick of going to Walmart seeing the $5 T-shirts like this, the Pink Floyds, for $5, and I couldn't buy them because they had no 6Xs. The $20 Levi's, they didn't have a size 52s and 56s. And I'm like, I can buy all this stuff. They $5 and $19. So yeah, that was like a motivation. Now I can't go through Walmart without buying a T-shirt for $5. So that was my motivation. Everybody have their own different motivations, to get a man, to get a woman. I wanted Walmart T-shirts.
You already had the woman and the kids wanted the T-shirt.
So I wanted to buy Walmart clothes.
Well, that's what we did. It was before the holidays. We happened to be there, and they had T-shirts marked down. It was $2.
Yeah.
And we bought them for the granddaughters.
Yep.
Shh, Big Bear, don't tell them that's what I spent on those T-shirts. But we bought we have 4 granddaughters, and people were looking at us. Man, for $2, we can't make them. I just getting the right sizes or big sizes and sticking them in the shopping cart. Heck yeah. Gifts galore.
So that was like one of my main motivations. Like, now I'm down to a size 42. I can get pants right out the regular stores now. 42s, 2X shirts. I go a little 3 because it depends on where it's made from. Because sometimes every 2X is not 2Xs. Sometimes you get them from these other countries. Their 2X is really a 1X for some reason.
If that.
Like,
no, it's just American sizes tend to be large.
So
okay, then you're going to have to bring Aussie sizes with you, Darren.
I bought an XL and I thought, that's not going to fit me because I've got a bit of quarantine weight put on.
Quarantine weight, I like that.
Yeah.
And I thought, that XL's not going to fit me anymore, but it came from America and it fit beautifully.
There you go. So that's it. It all depends on where the garments are coming from. And about Microfarmer, like I'm going live every Wednesday now. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. I'll be going live. So anybody, my channel for my lives is for anybody out here, even on this channel right now is watching us, who are scared to go live with somebody, because I know there's a lot of times they scared to either, I know some people say it's inappropriate to ask somebody to come on their lives. Well, I'm going to open that door for Micro Farmer. If you want to come up for 5 minutes when I'm live and just to get a feel to sit with somebody, because I'm going to mess up, people. Trust me. So you want to be with somebody that's just coming up the ranks in lives to get your feet wet. And Micro Farmer is just coming up. Like I said, 2-family homestead. And a lot of these people has been doing lives for a long time and they know a lot of stuff. And they probably don't want to have you jack their lives up. But Micro Farmer has opened that door for people who are thinking about going live this year. And scared to go because they figure that they're going to mess up. Well, come on my lives if you're there. Come on up for 5 minutes. You don't have to stay the whole thing. You can come up for 5 minutes and just get a feel. And I talk enough for both of us, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I'll make you feel comfortable.
Generally, there's only 2 people that are limited. I'm 2 family.
Yeah.
It's me and Jason.
He's watching. He hasn't called in.
Yeah, so definitely anybody who follow Micro Farmer, I talk a lot. So you don't have to worry about having some contents because I'll talk too much. So it'll make you come up and you get the feel. People get to know you, especially the people that have low numbers, like the 68 subscribers and stuff like that. Come up on my channel, get the exposure. People's follow me. I'm a little hot. I'm not saying I'm the greatest YouTuber, but I got a little push going. I got a little movement going here. So if you have a small number, you want to come up, I go Wednesdays at 12 p.m. and all's welcome. It's not just gardening. I mean, if you have something to say, you want to get yourself exposed, I'm giving you the invitation to come up. So come on up. Long as you're respected.
Some of those pickup wives are a lot of fun.
I respect. Huh?
Some of those pickup wives are a lot of fun. You get to talk to so many different people.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of young tubers are scared to go live because they figure they're going to mess up. And if you watch Micro Farmer, everybody knows. I botch up words. I misspeak. I talk a little funny. Hey, where's the best way to learn? With somebody who's a goofball. Come on up. I'm not serious. I'm not like certain if you say something wrong, I'm going to be like all twist out of shape. So come on up and make the same mistakes I made, and you might know where you wind up at.
Okay, well, Homer, I've got a question for you here, because you have how many chickens?
31.
You have 31 chickens, and you didn't have any chickens when you were in New York City, did you?
No.
So chickens are kind of new to you.
No, I have chickens now for 5 years now. Going on 5 years.
Well, that's kind of new.
No, 4 years. 4 years.
That's
4 years now.
Yeah, that's kind of new. So I'm kind of curious. Number one, what made you decide to get chickens? And did you just go to the local tractor supply store and buy some, or what in earth got you into chickens?
Okay, my young daughters, we at 3 years old, I mean, due to this stuff that's going on in the country now, we used to travel a lot. And the girls wanted to go to a farm. They was in pre-K, and they went on a field trip to a farm, and then they wanted to go back to a farm. So we went to a farm in Connecticut called Eggs up here in Connecticut, and they wanted chickens. And the same day we went to the farm and had a beautiful family day out. And they wanted chickens. And as we was driving home, we saw a tractor supply, and I picked up 6 chickens and came home with them. And I had the big shed out here, which had nothing in it. And, we kept the chickens in the house for the first 4 months. We kept them inside, and then we took them out to the shed, and I built the coop that you see now. That's a real shed that turns into a chicken coop. Then I built a chicken run. But before that chicken run, I used to let the 6 chickens, roam free. But then we have fox, coyote, raccoons here, possums. We have a lot of other hawks above us. So I built a chicken run, and it went from there. And then the next thing was 12. Then it went to 20. I think it was 24. Then somebody stole one of the chickens and 2 died. So I brought some more chickens, and now I'm up to 31 chickens now.
How many eggs a day do you get?
Normally I get on a regular growing, I get about 24 eggs on a regular, but I can get almost 30 eggs on a nice day. So I'm averaging 24 eggs, 2 dozen eggs a day.
Wow.
Now, since it's cold up here, I'm getting about maybe between 9, some days it's 9 eggs, then it's 22 eggs. So, the cold weather, they still laying eggs. They're young chickens, so they are laying. I shot a video today showing how many eggs I got. I got about 20 some eggs this morning.
It's a good thing.
In the snowstorm.
It's a good thing you like eggs, isn't it?
No, matter of fact, I can't tolerate eggs. That's the funny thing. The funny thing is the eggs are being sold as my daughter's company. My 7-year-old daughter, they have a company called Egghead Eggs. That is a company. We have our own, what we're going to call clients, which are doctors and nurses. And we also have the Land Rover dealership here in our Fairfield County. Actually, the owner of the Fairfield County Land Rover and Jaguar dealership, he purchased eggs for his staff. So we actually give eggs to their staff that he purchased from my daughter. So we do have set customers already.
Wow.
For them. Support my daughters. So they have their own business.
Awesome.
My younger daughters, they have their own business. Even though you don't see us in the videos, they do a lot of behind the scene things. So my wife won't allow them to be on YouTube videos because we had an individual, it is what it is. We had issues. So she don't want the kids exposed to YouTube and people are not friendly. So it is what it is.
Nothing wrong with that. And we can't have any chickens.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to have anything like that.
Well,
so now go back. If you want to ask about the raised beds, the vegetables that I grow with the 15 raised bed came about Arkansas woodcutter, John Willer Grow, because they invited me to Shed Wars. I only had 4 raised beds. I had no fruit trees at all. Now I learned how to get the fruit trees by Lead Farmer 73. He's another channel that I think he's coming on y'all future wise. I think I've seen something about he might be able to come up futurely in your cast.
Well, we haven't established a date yet, but
okay. So the fruit trees came from him when he was saying grow, and I have 7 fruit trees. I have 2 peach. The first trees I got was 2 peach trees, dwarf peach trees. Then I got a Macintosh, a Honeycrisp tree, then a big red apple tree. Then before the season ended, I got 2 Barlock pear trees. I think they call Burlock, Burlet, whatever you pronounce it. That's not my words. Yeah. 2 of those trees. Then I got Concord grapes, and I have 3 berry bushes. And next year, when the season turn around, I'm going to put 2 more trees. I'm thinking about a plum tree or another type of trees to go along with the apples and pear trees. I think I got to mix the trees up. So there will be 2 more trees added to the property on this 0.03. So when you see my yard, you're going to see it's all organized. It's not just sporadically put everywhere. And the back fence, I'm going to do a lot of herbs, a lot of pollination and herbs and plants and stuff like that to bring in the bees more into my property. So,
are you going to do any other type of livestock like rabbits or?
Oh, quails. That was my next thing is quails. I'm trying to figure out how to set up a quail situation. I'm trying to get more education about that because I'm trying to put the quail cage inside the chicken run. But my problem is I'm trying to find a way to build it where the quail poop doesn't go into the chicken coop. the chicken run. Because I don't know. I don't want cross contamination. I don't know if their feces will sicken the chickens. So I don't know. Because I know people put them in these little cages and they have this hard cloth wire where the poop falls to the ground or they catch it for fertilizer. So I don't know about the mixing of the type of birds will cross-contaminate the birds. I'm not too sure. I never had quail. So I'm trying to figure a way to put the quails where they don't contaminate my chickens or the chickens contaminate them, vice versa. So I don't know. So I'm doing my research on that.
Okay. If somebody wants to get your book, should they just go to Amazon?
Oh, yep, Amazon.
And how would they find it?
Type in Buck Fools, BUCKFOOLZ. The author name is Homer, Homer, McMillian. So it'll pop right up itself. So if they want to get the book, it's a good read. If you have Kindle, it's free. So, I mean, it's free for the Kindle use because you're paying a subscription. But if you have a Kindle and you can download it on whatever apps you have, you can download it also. So.
Well, Sherry's looking for it.
I'd throw a link up, but I can't because I'm an affiliate.
Oh, you're not an affiliate? Oh, okay.
I am an affiliate, so if I throw a link up, it's not mine.
Go ahead and put it up. I don't care because I can't find it. So feel free.
So it's a good book. And another thing, I think I was talking to Craig's Family Homestead about writing a book. A lot of times, people, the way the world is right now, that would be my advice to anybody who has some type of expertise, even like you guys, y'all know about YouTube. Put out a simple pamphlet. You could sell it for 99 cents. And you will see that residual income, because don't think of your families and your friends. There's people all over the world looking for information. And like anybody say, 99 cents to them is just $1, right? But if 10,000 people a day around the world buy your book, that's 10 grand. I mean, you got to pay your taxes and all, but that's $10,000. You just don't see because you're looking at 99 cents. But how many people have put $1 in those people that standing at Walmart with a cup? You ran by the homeless guy talking about help me please, and you put $1 in his cup. People don't look at a 99 cents as big money, because you do that, you give that away to the person standing in front of Walmart in the store talking about help me with some change. So when you think about the world of Amazon, it's worldwide. So Amazon has it where your book is written in all different languages. So yeah, you wrote the book in English, but the person in Japan can buy your book. The person in Russia can buy it in their own language. So they translate your book into that language they want. So I'm not just getting Americans book people purchasing. I'm getting people from all over the world. So when you think about it, you get just say 25 people a day, 7 days a week buying your book. Well, my book is $7 and then Kindle. That's a lot of money, people. Residual income. Now the book is only written one time. Like all the books y'all have in your world. It's written one time.
Well, Homer,
that's residual.
Share with us if you would, because I know that you have raised interest here in a lot of people. So did you just, what was the process to actually write a book? I mean, did you have to get with a publisher? I mean, create everything, get it all typeset and like ready for printing type thing? Or just describe how one would go about doing this.
Okay, one is just get in front of your computer. You can get that program called Grammarly. I believe it's Grammarly if you're not a good speller. But I took my time. If you have anything with a computer, a laptop, or a tablet, start just writing, compose a memo and just start writing slowly. You don't need to get to a publisher. You don't need a publisher. You're self-publishing. This is where KDF is working with you, and Amazon purchased Create Space. So Amazon took it all over, so you don't have to worry about the printing. It's almost like printing on demand. Everything is done through Amazon. The only thing you need to do is I went to Fiverr.com and I paid somebody to design the cover. And the cover of the book probably will run you you can get it between $75 to $100 for the cover. Now you get a proofreader. You can look on Indeed or all these what they call it, job and they have proofreaders. You can get you a proofreader between $400 to $500 to proofread your book. And once that's coming back, then you submit it to at the time it was KDF and Create Space, and you sent all your paperwork there, and then they format it for you, and that's it. And it's autopilot after that, and then you do your advertisement. If you want to advertise on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you plug yourself in like I'm doing right now with you guys. You plug your book, and people just every day looking for books. You don't have to plug yourself most of the time. There's people actually looking for books, cookbooks, comedy, health books, keto books. So just don't think about your family buying your book. Just think of the world. And that's what got me going. Because that person told me, even if you sold the book for 99 cents, that's again, 99 cents. To a lot of people in this country right now, 99, it's not a lot of money. And to buy a book for 99 cents, but if you get, like I said, 25 people a day buy your book, that's $25 7 days a week. Just think of the math. You just get a pencil paper, you can do it for yourself, figure it out. And you only got to write that book one time.
So right now you have one book.
That's it.
So how many more are you going to write?
I have a few more. I have another one coming out, but since I can't do my research because of the situation we're in right now, it's called Raised by an American-Made Killer. That's the next book that's going to come out. But the situation in America got me can't get into certain facilities that I need to ask these questions. But that book is about Korean War veterans and Vietnam War veterans. A lot of us been raised by Korean War veterans and Vietnam War veterans. And those were young 18-year-old, 19-year-old young men that went to war, came back raising children. They had what we now call, PSTD. A lot of these guys came back from Vietnam and Korea War that had problems, but they gave them a shower and a shave and sent them back to their families. That's why you see a lot of Vietnam veterans homeless, because they had a lot of mental issues that now America is dealing with, the guys who came back from Iraq and stuff like that. But the guys from Korea and Vietnam did not get that help. And they raised children. And a lot of women was abused by those Vietnam veterans. And a lot of people, moms and aunties, been beaten up, killed by those men. Children been mentally messed up with these individuals that was raised by these men that came back from those wars. So that book is going to touch on people who was raised by, how I would say it, dads who had issues from the wars, how it affect them. So it's talking about how Vietnam dads and military dads affected them. So my dad taught us military tactics, and I learned like I was in the military. So I'm saying it messed your childhood up a little bit, but then it made you be a man at the same time, and some people went too far, and some people, like my dad, was on a borderline of going too far. But I thank God that he did, because he taught me how to survive. So there's a lot of things that he taught. So a lot of us, who have been raised by Vietnam veterans and Korean War veterans, have a lot to talk about we don't talk about. Americans don't talk about.
Very interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of us right now that's been raised by Vietnam veterans. Right now is on this live right now, who has seen abuse, dads walk out, living on the streets, issues. We always got that crazy Uncle Jeff, who's from the Vietnam War, that talks himself want to be a loner. He never came back to society right. He never came back here right. And he never gave him the help. So that's my next book. Talk about those guys. But I can't get into the VA hospitals. I can't get into visiting certain people that dealt with those things. So right now the book is on pause for research.
Yeah, see, and that's an ongoing thing too. I mean, there's people in your current generation, who are over fighting wars and seeing these things. Mm-hmm. So unless it's something that's faced, it's going to be something that's an ongoing issue as long as there's war.
Yeah. So a lot of us is at the age of 50 years old and plus, that a lot of us don't know why we angry. A lot of things that we seen from those Vietnam veterans. And like I said, some kids, like you said, who dads came from Iraq and these wars right now from Afghanistan, that's getting the same treatment. Their parents are not getting the help. And it's going on today, like you said,
Well, war leaves scars in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's the next book. That was the next book that was planned to go, but I was doing the research in the middle, and then everything got shut down, and people I was talking to that were in the age of 45, 50, 60 years old, because a lot of those Vietnam veterans now are in their 80s, 70s, and 80s, So I was talking to their children who are now between the age like me, 50 years old, 60.
Okay, well, Homer, I have another question here for you.
Okay.
Okay, I know you have a prepper mindset.
Yeah.
Okay. But yet you also do gardening and stuff like that. A lot of gardeners, a lot of people in the homesteading, they're planning their homestead out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at it that way, or are you going, oh, this is a temporary thing and I'm ready to go right tomorrow?
Mine is all temporary. My thing is temporary. Like I said earlier, is my views. This is my views, and it doesn't agree with everybody.
Sure.
My views: if things do hit the fan, and our government do not recover within 5 years, then we in trouble as a country. And if whatever happens here, or plan to happen, or ever happen, the government has to reestablish civilization. If that does not happen, then that's like I said, certain things are just going to go up in flames unless Russia come in, take us over, China or another government come over and take us over. If America goes in a stray, to me, my opinion, you only have 5 years to recover from anything that's going on. Like you see right now, we only been, almost 12 months into this situation. It did a lot of damage to this country.
Oh, tremendous.
And if we don't recover the next 24 months from now, we in trouble as a country.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think we have.
So imagine if things hit the fan. I hate to use the word shit hit the fans, but imagine if really things hit the fan. We talk about a virus that devastated America's economy.
Yeah, well, and that's
we don't want to talk about it. See that? Yeah. I see nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
They want to talk about how the rich person, the rich this and the rich that. But if things hit the fan, that $13 million or $300 million is kindled for your fireplace.
Yeah, we certainly that's a subject we broach very, very gently on this channel. We just don't.
I know,
but hey, we get off the channel. I'm good for a good-hearted discussion.
Oh, this channel
is called Polite Waves.
Prepping 101 is a good channel. You at the behind the scenes. I mean, yes, but I say every channel is appropriate for certain things. Like I said, Micro Farmers channel, you can talk about everything. So I wouldn't say I'm not going to talk about it. I'll talk about anything you want. I'm just not going to. One thing I'm going to tell you about, I'm not going to talk about deadbeat dads. I'm just not. You knew he was a deadbeat person when you laid with him. So please don't come on my channel talk about deadbeat husbands. I'm not going to do that.
The polite way of saying it,
how you recover from a deadbeat person, then I'll help you out how to recover from that deadbeat person and how to forgive that deadbeat person that left you alone with kids. Yes, but we're not going to just talk about how no good he is or how no good she is.
What were you going to say, Darren?
And Homer, the polite way of saying it is when the brown matter hits the rotary impeller.
You got that exactly. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
So
is that kind of like the prop going through the swamp?
Yeah, you might hit a sandbar.
That would do it.
Yeah, but if any society, even Russia or China, if anything happens in any of these countries in 5 years, the government does not reclaim itself, that country's in trouble. Somebody's just going to walk in and take over.
What a lot of people don't understand about prepping is it's not just for when the brown matter hits the rotary impeller. It's if you get sick, if you lose a job, if your car breaks down. All those things are part of prepping.
Yeah, if you have somebody with the stroke of a pen kill the economy in an entire state.
So, having a little bit of food aside certainly helps. Having a homestead way of life where you're growing your own food, it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well let's jump back to your place there, Homer.
Yes, good.
You have egg chickens. Are you going to raise any meat birds?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but everybody keeps saying they poop a lot, so I don't know.
That's because they grow so darn fast.
Yeah, they grow fast, but I was looking into what I was talking to people about my channel is which you might see that in this episode of Season with Me is renting farmland, because there's a lot of places here, which is an hour away from me, will actually let you rent their pastures. Okay. So you might want to get into that. That's a topic I'll probably talk to in my life, is what we call co-op farming, where you put up your $2,000 and we'll rent the place out, and we get, like you said, meat chickens, and we'll rent that pasture land out there, and somebody, or we get a helper to go up there and monitor the chickens and process them with 8 weeks. So 8 weeks to 10 weeks, you only need the property for 10 weeks if you're going to process them, right?
Oh yeah, that's
so if you want to,
I mean, if you can handle 30 plus chickens on your place right now, you could certainly do 20 meat birds for 10 weeks, and then you may be good for the year.
Oh yeah, but my wife's not gonna eat nothing that we have as pets. She's not. I mean, she's that type of person. She don't eat our eggs. Now she'll go. Well, she eats egg whites, but she would not even. She feels she eating her pets. Even when I dispatch these hens, we'll give them to our customers and her mother. My wife will not eat nothing that is a pet to her. She just feels she eating her pet.
Well, then
it's just mentally for her.
She needs to name them differently.
What, 2 pieces of biscuit? But no, but she won't. I mean, now she'll eat the vegetables. Now those things she will eat, the vegetables. But the livestock, nah, it's not gonna happen. It's something about her. She just mentally won't eat her own pets that she considered her pets. Because how I got in, because I have enough time to actually sit with my chickens and watching them day after day, and I have that time because I don't work, so I have nothing but time when the girls are in school before this hit. I have hours just watching chickens and my yellow lab. So I know all their personalities. I learned a lot about them, so I learned a lot just being around them. Just like you seen that person that went out there in Africa, the Congo, with the apes, and she just sat out there with the apes and the wolves and stuff like that. That's the same way I do with my chickens. I just learned their personality and how they function, and just watching them. A lot of people don't have that time. They don't. Even though they have a homestead, they don't have time to watch the chickens. They don't have time to watch the goats, the cows. So they got to go to YouTube and find out things and ask people. But I have time to watch my chickens one by one and see who's not feeling well. I can actually tell you who's missing, somebody who's not, doing right, because you'll see it. That person is not friendly like she used to be.
Do you have any roosters?
No, we're not allowed to have roosters.
Okay, I was just wondering.
We're not allowed to have roosters. But if I happen to get one, I'll probably put them in a pot. I had Pekin ducks. I had the drakes, the Pekin ducks, and they were messy. I had 6 of those, and trust me, they was a handful, and they were just too messy. I couldn't walk in my backyard. The wife couldn't go out there in her fire pit without stepping in duck poop. So I had to dispatch them, but me and my yellow lab took care of them with some orange glaze.
Okay.
They were delicious. Me and my yellow lab, we eat the squirrels that we catch, the rabbits we catch, and the ducks.
Okay, so where did you learn your culinary skills for wild game?
My dad, military.
Okay.
My dad, he's from the South. My dad's from the South. That's where. My dad. Okay. My dad. I was not raised with my mom. My dad was a single father, and I tell you, military style of survival. So, and plus he was from the South, the poor South, Mississippi, where that's what they ate. They ate raccoons, things they caught in the woods with their dad. So that's where I learned my skills from.
Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. And I put my own twist with it because now we got paprika and all that other good stuff. But they just had salt and pepper. Oh, maybe not the pepper, but sometimes they just had the salt. So.
Okay.
You know that Red Cross back in the day, that Red Cross, that hard cross that'll give you high blood pressure tomorrow? That hard red bottle. Mm.
Let me just remind everybody the phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. We're not going to be on here forever. We've already been on a little over an hour, but maybe another 15 minutes or so. And so, if you got any questions for Homer, please call in.
Do. And see, anybody want to come on the live with me? See this? What I'm saying, it's fun. It'll pass by. It makes you feel comfortable. You're at ease. Come on up. You know. Two-family homestead to help you get your channel up right like they did me. They analyze what you're doing wrong, your algorithms and all that stuff, the CEOs and stuff. That's two-family homestead. Microfarm will just get you out there. I'll push you out there. I get you like the mother chicken or the mother hawk that push her baby out the nest to fly. I'll do that for you. I'll get you on your own live. Let's go. Come on through. So that'll work. So if anybody want to do live,
take a breath and you can get a word in.
yeah.
All right. So, tell us about Shed Wars. Share that with everybody in the channel. Can everybody in the channel be in Shed Wars? Can everybody out there be in Shed Wars?
Applications are close to closing for America.
Closing? Who's in charge of Shed Wars? Nobody can tell me who's in charge.
John at Willow Grow.
Right now is one of the caps, so let him tell you about that.
All right, John at Willow Grow, Mark at Arkansas Woodcutter, and Robert at Homestead Aquarius. They are the three in charge of Shed Wars.
Really?
In the Southern Hemisphere, there's two teams, which is my team and Homestead Oz's team. And in the North, there's two teams that they got to draft.
So you have weekly battles, or what are you talking about teams?
Basically it's how much weight you can put on the table to sustain yourself.
Oh, I didn't know if maybe you picked tomatoes and threw them at each other.
Well, you're not putting it on the table, so it doesn't count.
Okay, so well, yeah,
it's got to be food that
I see there's people in here asking right now, Shed Wars is a thing?
All right, Shed Wars is anything that you grow to eat for your own family.
Well, right there, Gendera, I have details on my website for Shed Wars 21.
So Shed Wars is basically this. It's whatever you grow on your homestead or your property, your backyard, that you're going to feed your family, not a commercial growth. It's where you're growing for your family, sustain yourself, and you're going to weigh it. So say if you pulled up 20 pounds of collard greens, you just mark that. Wednesday, you pick 25 pounds of collard greens, 35 pounds of tomatoes, 40 pounds of things, right? All they're going to do is tally the weight of each team member. So say Darren did 100, I did 200, Willie Grove did 85. They're going to tally all those numbers up from all the team members. And whoever has the most weight at the end of the season, that team wins prizes that Haas Tools is sponsoring us. Haas Tools is a sponsor that is sponsoring Shed Wars for us. And whatever prize they give, if it's seeds or money prizes, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I am not the founding father of Shed Wars, but Haas Tools is right now that I know the only sponsor for Shed Wars.
Okay.
Haas Tools.
Homer, we have another caller, so let me let him in here.
Okay, let him in.
Is it Daryl? Who's calling, please?
Pepper. From the Rusty Pepper.
Okay, you have to turn the sound off on your computer.
Yeah, you have to turn the sound down.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
That was my TV. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I wanted to find out if Homer's mother, is he planning to have her join him if he had to get out?
Oh, no. Shoot, we going to be joining my mama.
That's good. That's one of the better parts.
That way. I'm telling her to cut a goat up so we can have some meal when we get there. I mean, yes. So my mom is already at one of our locations.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What about now? I'm disabled, okay, and I know a lot of people who are, and I'm pretty sure you do too. Are we going to be okay if other people wanted to bug out our way?
Oh yeah. Now that's a great point, because I know a young lady asked me, and I did put a video about disabled gardeners and stuff, and I was trying to get people in our community to put stuff out there for disabled people. Now, there are groups out there, and I would try, and like I said, I'm not disabled, but it's been brought to my attention for the disabled people to try to get into a network where certain people will come and get you, or if you're not able to be mobile and get out your situation, people in your state or your area, you might can connect with them and they'll come get you, because you might can play a guitar. You might be an asset. Even though you're disabled, you might be an asset to them. So I advise anybody who might not be mobilized, where once you're at YouTube, because YouTube is great to get into a networking program with that. And I'm going to try to start a disabled program where disabled people can get part of prepping, where people might come and pick you up. I mean, I don't know where you at. I'm not too sure where you at, but where you might can come to a homestead where somebody have 25 to 50 acres and they can come get you to survive, if that's something that you want to look into. But I know there are disabled preppers out there. So like I said, you got to go find them. And I haven't really looked into it myself, but I will be looking into a lot of disabled stuff like that.
Well, I'm a recent YouTuber, but I'm not big at all, and I'm about only good enough to take care of my channel and my dog, and that's almost all of my ability.
So, but you can get on YouTube, so you can get on StreamYard. If you want to, if you want to bring awareness to the disabled community for prepping and homesteading, feel free to come up on my channel. I go on live on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. If you want to come up and bring light to that to other people and speak about it, if you feel comfortable, come on up.
Well, on Wednesdays, in the morning, I'm at my church until 11:30. I may not even be home until like 12:30.
Okay. But if you ever get a chance, you might skip church one day. Swing by, because I'll be going on every Wednesday, 12 o'clock. But you can email me at microfarmer4@gmail.com and let me know what you need, and I can try to put a video out for you to let people know that this is what's going on. And a lot of people with disabilities want to know certain things about homesteading and prepping, and trying to get a network for you guys. I mean, I'm not too familiar with that, but that's something I will be looking into. I did put a couple of videos out, and Simply Jan, I believe she followed my suit about people prepping and homesteading disabled gardeners and preppers. So I'll definitely be putting some more information about that.
I'm sorry, Homer, I didn't catch your email. I don't write very quick.
Okay, Micro Farmer. My name, Micro Farmer.
Is it on your page?
Yes, it is on my page. It is on my page. It's on my about page. There. My email's on my about page.
I can get it there.
Okay.
Thank you.
It is. My email's there, and you can email me and let me know what you want to be put out there. I'll put it out there. Even people with cooking. Right now, Primal Cajun got me. Sooner or later, I'm cooking some gumbo for breakfast. I never cooked gumbo in my life, but Primal Cajun asked me to cook gumbo. Spitfire Red made me do the what I just did, chicken. Southern fried chicken with potato salad. So I try to do the requests that people ask me certain things. I try to follow up with those requests.
I'll eat gumbo as long as there's no crawfish.
Okay, I don't like crawfish either, so we'll just have shrimps and cod and some scallops or something, whatever it is. I don't know what gumbo. I'm gonna look up how to make gumbo. So you'll see me in the kitchen again.
You know what? I thought you could make your wife a little bit happy. Name one of your animals Biscuit and the other one Gravy. Biscuit and Gravy.
Biscuit and Gravy. You know, we never named our chickens those names. All of them have names. I mean, I would say 90% of them have their own names because we never named them like, I know, Chicken and Biscuits and stuff like that, but we never did that. And the wife is happy because she loves them. My wife, she take pride in them also, but she won't eat them. She won't eat their eggs. So there's a lot of behind the scenes of my family that y'all not going to see because the wife don't want to be part of YouTube and she don't want the kids to be part of YouTube. So you'll just see me, but the wife and the kids are part of our backyard boogie here.
I had a rooster once, and he went after a child. He was pretty good on the table that night.
All right. So I'll definitely look into prepping with disabilities. I know a few prepping channels, and I'll ask those guys if they know anybody that I can refer you to watch and try to talk to and see how you can do that in your community at your church, because you might not be the only disabled person at your church. So maybe y'all can get something up in your church together, talk to your pastor, and maybe he can have somebody have an emergency plan for his members. You ever thought of that?
You can get in touch with me through Daryl and Sherry.
Oh, okay.
Darren, Daryl, my YouTube channel, the email on there is a good email, but it's not the one registered with YouTube.
Okay, so when you email me, whatever email you email me to, I can use that one. So if you email me something, hopefully it'll be the right email, so I can reply back to you.
Just respond back to her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be Pepper Phantom.
Okay. Gotcha.
Someone said your About page doesn't have your email, huh?
It does. It does. I looked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my About page has an email. It's on there.
It's there.
But homesteading with a disability, it just means you've got to change your outlook and change the way you do things. Yeah, and like I've got a few issues because of a car crash. It just means I've got to plan the way I do things a little bit better.
Exactly. It's got to be more meticulous than the way other people do things.
Do you have an exit plan? I think she was asking Darren, like, people can come get her to, like if she needs to flee her residence. That's what you was talking about earlier. I think that's what she's talking about, Darren. Like how she can hook up with a network where somebody might scoop her up as they fleeing they state or that area.
Yeah, because I do not believe she drives.
No, I don't. My mode of transportation is my wheelchair.
Yeah. So I think that's what she was talking about, Darren. Like she asked me while I was taking my mother, but my mother's at one of my bug out locations. So she's already there with goats and chickens and ducks and stuff like that and vegetable gardens already. She's 80 years old, but she has everything. She's mobile and her mind is still intact. So she's 80, but she's good to go.
I wish I was out on a place like that. I do, because I may be from the city, but I'm a country girl. I do more things country than city. I don't like city.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, folks, it's been...
Thank you.
Okay, Russ Pepper, thank you so much for calling. It's always good to hear from you.
It's always good to talk with you guys. God bless you all.
Take care.
Take care now.
God bless. So, if anybody's here, this is what I know. I spoke about this in my earlier videos, and I don't know if everybody watched it. That's become a major concern, and I know a lot of us as creators here has become a major concern for the disability people. People with disability are being left out in our conversations in our channels. So I know you might not be an expert, because I'm not an expert either, but if you can come up with some ideas that might can help a disabled person, I think we should focus that on for February, the month of February, awareness of disabled gardeners and homesteaders and preppers. If anybody has any information that they might feel that they can put out there in a contents, please do, because I believe they one overlooked society of us.
True. I understand. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, it has been a wonderful evening. We've kind of stretched the limits here, and I know people got to get to bed. Some of them are going to work in the morning, and some of them have just plain work to do.
And get to go to the doctor
at some stage.
Yeah. So, Homer, any last thoughts?
I just want to say thanks for everybody that showed up, everybody who subscribed to me, and everybody that's supporting Two Family Homestead, Micro Farmer. Thank you so much. And please look forward for my videos and Shed Wars 21. I like to just thank I like to thank you and Sherry so much for having me here tonight. Darren, I thank you for stepping in. And that's it. Everybody else, I always say, God bless and stay safe.
Darren?
That's right.
Go check out Homer's channel. You can find out about banana water, which didn't come up as a topic tonight.
Yeah. And it's good.
Go and have a look, and you can find out all about banana water.
Oh, it smells great, though. It smells like nice bananas. Might put a bucket in there and get me some ice in it. Put it in my cup. It smells great. I kid you not, the banana water smells great in the garage.
Okay, so we're going on banana water. Sherry, you got any last thoughts?
I'm just answering everybody here. Okay. I tend not to think it's too late.
Okay, I just want to remind...
Besides, I have Darren here. I don't have to.
I just want to remind everybody, Sherry has got a new channel. So please go visit it. You have an opportunity to win a layman's cookbook. Go look at our last video. It tells you exactly how to do that, provided you are in the United States, Darren. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But as long as we're talking about other strange things, here's some food for thought.
Darren, then you talk about strange things?
Yeah. Here's some food.
That just sort of fit right in there, didn't it?
Yeah, I'll own that one.
An orange is a berry, but a strawberry is not. Good night, folks.
Oh, Lord.